The fact that a man named Jesus was nailed to a cross by Roman soldiers as a form of execution more than 2,000 years ago is very credible. No credible historian would actually dispute that that really happened. The question is whether that man really was the Son of God. And of course, Christians point to his resurrection days later as evidence of his divinity. But what evidence is there for the actual resurrection? How can we have confidence in this idea? I want to suggest to you 4 pieces of evidence. Firstly, we have an empty tomb. Jesus' body after his death was placed in a tomb, guarded by Roman soldiers with a large stone placed in front of it. And when that stone was later removed, Jesus' body was no longer there. There is no other explanation for where Jesus' body has gone. Some have argued that authorities took it away so that Jesus' friends, his followers, his disciples couldn't have it. But of course, when Jesus became prominent, when his followers started to rise up, they had every reason then to present Jesus' body as evidence that he hasn't risen. But this never happened. Or some have suggested that thieves came and took Jesus' body. But the only thing that was of value, the thing that Jesus' body was wrapped in, remained left in the tomb. So why would they steal the body? There seems to be no other reason to find the empty tomb. The second piece of evidence is the witnesses. Jesus appears as the risen Jesus on more than 11 occasions, and on one of those occasions to more than 500 people at one time. All of these people witnessing to the risen Jesus. So we have to dismiss all of their accounts if we want to disagree with this idea. Thirdly, we see the transformation in the people who did see Jesus. After Jesus' death, his friends, those who were close by him throughout his life, were incredibly downhearted. They were broken and sad. And yet all of a sudden, after the supposed resurrection of Jesus, their lives are completely transformed. And we see them all 100% believing in the resurrected Jesus, to the point of being willing to die for their faith in that truth. They are completely transformed from grieving, broken people to radical followers of this risen Jesus, willing to die for him. And fourthly, the evidence that we have is our own experience today. The Christian faith is not just believing in ideas, but it's about a relationship, about experience. And so I and billions of others around this world can testify to the truth that we have an experience of the risen Jesus. We ourselves have encountered and met him in our lives. And that can never be taken away. So I believe in the resurrection. What do you believe this Easter?